What's up, YouTube? I'm back in the still standing garage where the sanding doesn't stop. I'm still sanding the motor, but this video is going to be about replacing the window motor on the Regal here. So that's the part number for the motor. I ordered it on Amazon. Obviously, first of all, I had to remove the door panels. They're right here. And then the reason I'm replacing it is because my window rolls up pretty slow. And it goes down real good, but it goes up really slow. Let me turn it on. All right, so check this out. See how slow it goes up? So that's the reason I'm replacing it. Look at it, it gets stuck. So the motor that I need to replace is this one right here. It's in the back right here. This is the body of the motor, and it actually sits this way, like this here. So there isn't any access holes here to get to the bolts to actually take it off. So I am gonna have to drill here. You see where these little dimples are? So this one right here, and then this one down here, that's where the actual bolt heads are. And then the other one is right here. You could actually feel it through the backside. Another thing that I did was I did put up the new motor in the location of where it's going to go on the other side to kind of identify where those bolts are going to go, which right here, and then the top, to make sure that I'm drilling in the right spot. So one thing that I am going to use is I am going to use a hole saw, and the hole saw that I have, the smallest one that I have is 1 1/8. Focus, 1 1/8. So if I had a 1 inch, I would have used a 1 inch. I mean, an eighth of an inch. I don't think it's gonna make a big difference, but I am gonna hole saw those holes right there. Let's do that. And my hole saw just broke. Almost ripped off all those damn wires. Look at the tip. It's all crooking out. So I'm gonna go buy another hole saw, and then we're gonna keep it moving. Almost ripped out all these wires here, but there was no damage. Everything's good. One thing to note is that I did have to put some washers here on the arbor, as you can see right here. I put 2 washers there so that way the pilot didn't stick out in too far, because the pilot started hitting the head of the bolt there. You see that? So that's why I had to make sure that the pilot went back a little bit. It was either the washers or cut down the pilot. I didn't want to cut down the pilot because I want to use this hole saw for other things in the future. So I just wanted to note that. Let me cut the other 2 and I'll bring you guys back on. Let's go. All 3 holes are cut. They're ready to go. I have access to all 3 bolts to take it off. So one thing to note is that I did start off with a 1 1/8 hole saw, but when I went to go replace it, I ended up buying a 1 inch. So these holes are all 1 inch. So next thing up is securing the window, because the only thing holding up the window is the motor itself. So if I take it off, the window's gonna fall. So the way that I'm gonna secure it is I'm gonna lower it enough to where I could stick a screwdriver in this hole here. And there's a brace in the back over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Where the screwdriver is tapping, there's a brace there. I'm gonna set it on there and on the door itself. So let me lower it a little bit more. See, now it's not going anywhere. So now it shouldn't drop anymore. So now I'm ready to go. Let me turn off the power. So next thing up is unplugging the motor itself. So there's a plug right here. Just push it out. It has a little clip up top, and there it is. It's off. So now I gotta start loosening up these bolts. Let's remove it. Let's go. These bolts are all 13 millimeter. So with the bolts removed, start pushing it out. I'm gonna try to fish it through here. See how that works out. What I'm going to try to do is raise the window higher and put it, instead of putting it on this hole, I'm gonna put it on the bottom hole. Alright, we should have enough access now. And there it is. Boom, it's out. So the window does have to be all the way up, as you guys saw, but we got it out. So here's the old one and the new one, side by side. So this is obviously the old one, the new one. One thing that I am going to do is I am going to use the old bracket. I'm going to try to take it off of this one and put it on this one. The reason I don't want to use this one is because the holes on here, see how this one is secured with these screws here? Well, the holes on this one, on this bracket, they're too big. As you can see, they're about, I would say about a 1/4 inch big, and the hardware doesn't actually fit on there. It won't secure the bracket on here, so I am gonna take off this one and put it on this one. The bracket fit perfect, everything's on there, secure. So now let's put it back in. All right, let's put it in the same way we took it out. I'm right here. Get it down here. Now it's gonna be about securing it back where it was. We'll put the bolts in there, and then I'm gonna have to move the window around a little bit so that way I could get the teeth to align the gear right there. I think the gear is in place right now, so we'll find out before I tighten it up. I don't want to tighten it up and then the gear be out of place and then I'm forcing it on there, if you know what I mean. All right, let's try to plug it in. Here it is, it's plugged in. It's ready to go. Let's remove the screwdriver here. It's being held on by the motor. Hopefully it doesn't fall and break. Let me turn on the power. All right, let's try this out. Let's go down. Nice and smooth. Let's bring it up. It used to get stuck like halfway through and I had to assist it to close. Now it goes all the way up, nice and smooth. It's working. So now all I gotta do is put the door panel back on, but I am gonna wait on that because I am gonna replace these switches. So the window switch, I ordered a new one, and I ordered a lock switch as well. So the most important part is that the window motor is replaced and it's working how it's supposed to, and that's pretty much how you replace this window motor.